Riding the subway in Russia, usually a real experience. Moscow, for example, has one of the largest, most effective and beautiful subway systems in the world. Every minute the metro passes below Russia's megacity like clockwork. But this isn't the case everywhere.
Wow, man.
The metro in Omsk, Siberia, is one of those cases. Broken tunnels, ice and darkness. But why has this metro never been used? And why does it look so run down here?
That's just... What are we walking on? Look at this.
The only way to find out how it came to this is by flying to Omsk, a city of just over 1 million, 2,500 kilometers east of Moscow. In the middle of the Siberian metropolis, our reporter Nico discovers this sign.
Well, this certainly looks like a normal subway entrance, I'd say.
And even further down, everything seems quite normal, just like a normal subway station. But then, suddenly...
Yeah. And now... there's just a wall.
The entrance to this metro stop is blocked. Behind this wall there should be the stop Pushkin Library, a subway station with possible interchanges with long corridors and nice marble facing. Trains are supposed to depart here every 5 minutes, supposed to being the operative word. Because nothing is running here yet. Instead, we meet street musicians who sing the praises of Omsk and its subway. Ironically.
I still believe the metro will come.
Yes, we believe that it exists and that it will come. It is of course sad that it doesn't work as a metro, but at least we have an underground passageway. It's a nice place.
Do you know of any way or means of getting down to the actual subway?
We know some guys who go down there and take pictures underground, but you shouldn't do that.
We wouldn't recommend it.
This looks anything but accessible. The center of the city is just one big idle construction site with half-finished stops. Everything is closed off.
I'd love to go down there.
We want to know why this mega project was simply abandoned and ask the city planning office for an interview, but they refuse. And we can't find any construction workers we could ask. So we arranged to meet the former chief engineer of the Omsk subway, Edward Safronov. For him, every visit here is painful.
It's a bad feeling. We've been building this object and the Omsk metro for more than 30 years. Our regional government decides such issues. If someone new comes along, they forget all the projects that were promised before.
Edward Safronov had just graduated from university when he was assigned this job. Today he's 72 and retired. Corruption and various financial crises have thwarted the city's plans for years. And so the metro bridge is a sinfully expensive symbol of failure. Approximately 250 million euros have been wasted on the metro so far. In secret, the people of Omsk are saying that it might be 3 times as much. Officially, the subway is still under construction. Is that really the case? Could the tunnel still be used? We arranged to meet a so-called digger who offers tours through Omsk's underworld on the internet. Not illegal, but technically not legal either. Therefore, we don't meet until midnight.
Hi, which way? Down the steps.
Even in the center of the big city, hardly anyone is on the road at this hour, except, of course, underground fans. First stop, a shaft directly on a main road.
I'm getting the impression it's all medium safe. This is not all stable. I checked. Oops. Something's breaking off. No idea what.
Enter at your own risk. Nobody supervises or controls the construction site.
Just let me get my leg in. This is crazy. Look at that ladder there.
A 6-meter descent on a wooden slat. Fortunately, this section is the only shaky descent, because just a few meters further on, we reach the subway tunnels of Omsk. A world of tubes, water and ice, dark and deserted. Only diggers like Sergei come down here regularly.
Are there many people who do this? A few people. Most diggers are photographers. They enjoy the atmosphere and take a few pictures.
Sergei has been here about 20 times with his camera. He posts his photos online or sells them to earn a bit of money. To be on the safe side, he always has a self-made plan of the construction site with him. Almost 8 kilometers of tunnel and rail network have already been built and have simply been left to rot. Damp walls, garbage and rust. Where there was supposed to be an operating subway, a lot of money is now being spent just to make sure nothing collapses.
Look, they just put that thing up a week ago. It measures whether the walls are tilting. So far, it's at 0, so everything's fine. So we can carry on then.
Then Sergei leads us to the subway bridge.
Below us, the river. Above us, cars. That really sounds like there's a train coming. I'm getting a bit scared, but I don't think there'll be any trains today.
We are kind of in the belly of the 1.5 kilometer bridge over the river Irtysh, which we visited during the day. A central part of a network that was originally supposed to look like this. The bridge was supposed to be part of the Red Line. A total of 4 lines were planned. Tunnels had already been dug to the airport as well. Subway lines and station names had already been determined by the city. 80 million people were supposed to be able to use the metro every year. Today, we are the only visitors here. Sergei says that sometimes you meet other curious people. The tour is not officially allowed, but it is not really forbidden either. And if you do risk going down, in some places you will find yourself in an ice cave.
That's just... What are we walking on? Just look at this. Oh shit, it's moving.
Right now it's spring and the ice underneath the Siberian city is beginning to melt. It's even getting too unsafe now for our guide. This is where it ends. Though the next surprise is waiting next to this tunnel.
Wow, man.
A subterranean lagoon. The water here is meters deep. In order to keep the whole construction reasonably stable, the corridors have to be maintained regularly. To avoid having to swim, the workers responsibly have built themselves a wooden bridge. But where does it all go from here?
There was the idea of turning this into an underground car park, but nothing came of it, and now it just needs to be maintained somehow.
Hundreds of millions of euros were spent on the metro in Omsk. all for nothing. For us, after 3 hours underground, we finally go up again and out of the metro, which will probably never be finished. Engineer Edward Safronov, who led the subway project decades ago, hopes that at least parts of it can be put to good use.
Since 2014, we've been planning a light rail network here for a streetcar or something like that. 80 kilometers that run along the city's main roads.
But even that idea is currently not being pursued. One last time we go and see the only completed subway entrance, because a special event is planned here today. An art project is being created here. For the next 2 years, the M Project exhibition is to make this passageway more attractive and enable local residents to enjoy the artwork.